really excited to do round 2 of this this illustration session that we got rolling here. It's I don't know. I looked at it again fresh this week, and it's gonna be fun. I just can't wait to see where this goes. Let's keep diving into this. We got Brandon. You still with us?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Turn down the music here. Alright, so what's our vision for what we want to get today? Let's
I'm gonna tweak a couple of things, but then I want to add the telescope on the top. And then I want to, yeah, that's about it. And then see how far we can get on it.
So, okay, so we want to get, like, basically the first run of the, like, the line drawing done today.
Yeah, more line drawing stuff.
I think that sounds good. I'm gonna continue, I'm gonna work on this, like, this bulb thing above the ramen shop. And, figure out what's going on there. And do this garage behind it. It's kind of a vision. Kind of, I was thinking about this in your layer. I think it's my least favorite thing about this is the tiny little layers panel. It's near impossible to scroll. Okay. I think I want, this section here to be like a garage, maybe. I was thinking about putting another like little car, like another one of those like hovercraft cars, like in the shop, kind of like halfway tucked in.
Okay.
You know, like it's like a garage door kind of thing. That's the energy I got.
That's a great idea.
Gotta figure out what I was working on when we stopped last. Let's see here. I kind of was doing all the painting in one layer. I don't know if that's smart.
I don't know the rules on digital art. Just winging it.
Let's see. I kind of forgot everything about this.
Holy cow, okay.
Okay.
You took my layer. Alright.
I did?
Right.
I took your layer.
All of a sudden it's like, you can't draw here. Kick from low.
Were you working on the line drawing layer? Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. Alright, so I'll be on layer 14.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. I'm just gonna start. I was gonna start tracing the onion. I don't know what to call that.
The onion house? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just do that. I'll just make a new layer. Just draw.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect.
Okay, so, I mean, we got into some pretty good places with questions last time, but I got a fresh batch.
Dang it, I should have prepared my questions, right? But yeah, hit me, man.
We had some fun ones last week. I don't actually remember what my favorite was that we talked about.
School, what made you
Oh yeah, we talked about like more like art history stuff, like what history of art, like what got us into it. Okay, so what I was thinking, I was trying to come up with questions. I've got some. The questions I have are multifaceted. Like we're gonna roll through the same question multiple times, much like this onion that I'm growing.
I like it.
Okay, so you can't say your children, but what's your greatest achievement?
That's good. That's good.
You can't say kids because that's
Right.
it's common.
Greatest achievement, man.
What thing are you proud of that you've made or done?
Be able to buy a house.
Ooh, buy a house.
Yeah, bought a house. Actually, I've bought two houses, but well, the first one was in 2008, and we all know how that happened. What happened to that? Lost my off, as well as a lot of other people did. That house, actually, we bought it for like $360,000 back in 2008, and then we foreclosed on it, and it sold for 118. And then somebody swooped up and picked it up for like 250. And we looked at it recently, just to see where it's at, and
Just
it's
to
going
shed some
for
tears.
yeah, just to snail some more salt on the snail. It was it was going for like 750, and it's a condo. It's a 650 square foot condo. It's you remember it, the San Diego, where your car got broken into.
Yeah, I didn't know you owned that place. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, oh
awesome.
yeah. Yep. So that was gnarly. That sucked, but whatever. It stays on your record for 7 years, and then recently we bought a bigger, better, beautiful house here in Tejas, and we're super happy with it. Got my 1.5 acres of land, and I mean, the reason why it's my greatest achievement, it's not just because of me, but I can provide for my kids. And I know you didn't say you can't say kids, but I can provide for the family. Kids and the wife have an awesome place to stay. It's not going to be our forever home, but while they're in school, until they leave the nest.
If you just pick up and move wherever, like where would you want your forever home to be?
Man, I don't like snow, but I would want to go up north more to like Montana, Wyoming. It is absolutely stupid beautiful up there.
I get that. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. All right. Back to you. Bouncing it back to you. What's your greatest achievement?
I don't know. I think moving to Germany was like a pretty big thing.
That was huge, man. When you did that,
yeah,
by the way.
Yeah,
that was huge.
I mean I had to turn off my brain, to make it work. You just had to just pretend that it's gonna be fine, and it was scary, but it worked out really well, and didn't chicken out.
You did.
And I don't know, like it was a whole thing. I'm pretty proud, of how everything went down. It's been,
yeah, I was definitely sitting back watching in the rafters, just watching you do that. And you were, I mean, what age did you do it? You were young.
Yeah,
you're still 22. Young. That's crazy, man. I mean, and to just like, hey, you know what? Hey, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna move to Germany. What?
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely not normal, kind of crazy, but I don't know, like I'm proud of the way it worked out, and it's, I mean, even if it wouldn't have worked out, I think I would still be pretty proud of it, because it would have just been like a really crazy story. It would have been kind of fun.
crazy how that. I'm just glad it all worked out. And you met somebody. You made some new friends. You did all right, bud. Not to sound like an older brother, but I guess I kind of am. Kind of proud of you. Not that I want to make it all cringy and gooey, but I'm pretty proud of you. This is a wholesome stream. Made me smile. Not too bad. You did good. Do you have pressure on your pen? Do you have the pressure thing turned on?
I think I do. Is it one of those brush settings? Or you just mean in terms like just hardware, like the pen?
No, it has to do a couple things to where you have to have it, depending on what browser you're in, you have to have the Windows ink turned on. And so you can do different pressures.
I'm on my iPad right now, so I don't even know.
Maybe it just automatically does it.
Seems
but you
to
can
be,
do
like that's light, and then I press T. Yeah, it seems to be. Seems to have pressure.
Oh, okay. Now
You were having all kinds of problems, right? Before, like.
Yeah, I've figured them out now, but man, it was a little rough. If you could move anywhere, even though I can't imagine Germany not being awesome, and you're able to travel different places just jumping on a train, where would you go?
I really, if I wanted to live in a city, and I didn't want to live where I am now, I can imagine Amsterdam being great. Amsterdam it's so good. Like the bike infrastructure, the Dutch people are pretty fun, and it's just a beautiful city. I just have always liked it whenever I visit. Oops. Okay.
That was me.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on layer 3 now.
Okay. But if I didn't want a city, which I think if I was in a movie it would be because I don't want to live in a city. Yeah, I don't know the exact place. We've talked a lot about this.
Sure.
Like if we lived somewhere that wasn't city, do you choose mountains or ocean? It's kind of like the classic division. I've always been more of a ocean kind of person, but I've always liked it, but recently I've just gotten so excited about skiing. Like I hate winter, I hate the cold, but man, when I'm skiing, I get it. I understand it. So I think if I lived in a colder place that had mountains, I could ski throughout the year, I think I would love that. So I don't know. I don't know the place yet. Maybe like somewhere in like northern Italy. I don't know. I've lived in. I've traveled a lot to like the Pacific Northwest, like Seattle and also like Canada in there. And it's beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I really like it. So I don't know. I've kind of always said if I did live in the U.S. again, I would maybe meander in that direction. But there's.
Where did we meet up? In Portland? Where were we?
Seattle.
Seattle. That's right.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was.
Tulsa?
Where were we? No, but man, that was a fun night at that sushi restaurant.
I think fondly of that. Yeah. Hilarious.
Fun memory. Man, I am struggling with this Wacom tablet. I don't like it. It just, and I want to try the iPad or I think I'm gonna go for like a Samsung tablet or something.
Yeah. Have you ever painted like on an iPad, like Procreate or anything like that?
No, I have not.
Get a friend with an iPad or go to a Apple store or something like that, and just try that before you commit, because like it is the best digital drawing tool I've ever experienced in my life. It's so good.
So you're just telling me to go Apple?
I mean, I'm not the Apple fanboy that maybe I once was. I will tell you, like, buy the best tool, you know. And if your purpose is drawing, like, Procreate on the iPad is the best drawing tool I've ever for digital drawing. For digital non-vector drawing, I have to keep getting more specific, but if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, it is. Vector versus just digital painting is a huge difference. What do you prefer?
I mean, when I'm most comfortable like just doing like vector stuff. So if I'm just going to be drawing and just I don't know, not really thinking about it too much, you know, just kind of creating, I think I would pick vector. But I don't know, that doesn't mean that I wouldn't. Lately I found it very therapeutic just to kind of just draw with Procreate, like, because it's so flexible as well in its own way.
Procreate, okay. I will give it a shot. I might just spring for it. Would you go the iPad Pro, or would you just get one of those smaller, cheaper ones?
I mean, I haven't looked at it for. I mean, I think it'd be fine with. I think it's not an iPad Pro. I'm using an iPad Pro, and I mean, it's just a really amazing piece of hardware. It's my favorite computer I think I've ever owned. It's just so flexible and like just a pleasure to use. I don't really know how to. Like, I really like it as a computer. My only thing I don't like about it is that just the way tablets are these days. They're like this confusing area between computer and phone, and they don't really balance in a good way, because like it's almost a laptop. Like, I have a keyboard with it. I can use it just like a laptop, except for I can very easily run like a node server on my laptop when I'm doing development or something, and I can't do that on an iPad. It becomes like really difficult suddenly if I need to like do something extra, like development or anything outside of that. So it's like the perfect computer until you hit a wall, and then it's like the worst computer for the thing you're trying to do. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I oscillate between those two states, but I really love it. There was like a period there where I just like tried to do like everything with it, because I just like so into it. But yeah, running a dev server on it, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Seriously, yeah, I would definitely get it just for artistic purposes. Get a computer for computer.
I would say it doesn't have to be the Pro, but I mean, it is like, I can recommend it, but get the Apple Pencil. It's good. And Procreate's like kind of for me on that same level of like Affinity, and that it's just this incredible value for such a good price. Like, their business model isn't like a subscription or anything like that. You pay the flat $10, you got the app for life. You get the updates and everything. They're not like charging you, secretly for some, just basic software usage. Like, I don't know, I'm always a fan of supporting software developers that have very moral business practices. Talking to you, Adobe.
I know, right?
But yeah, like Affinity is the same kind of thing. You buy their software and then you own that software, and that just seems like the correct way of doing that.
Yeah, you know, Adobe's making some money off of the monthly fees.
Oh my god, like, it's
They're
ridiculous.
they're doing well. But and I mean, it's like industry standard, right? Adobe.
Yeah, and I just wish it wasn't. That's why I'm like so excited to support people that are doing other business models to like prove basically that it can work that way. You know, like, it doesn't have to be. You know, everything doesn't have to be a Netflix subscription. Hey, Green, it's good, man. All right. How am I gonna paint this?
And the shift key for straight lines is your friend.
Yeah, I don't have a shift key. That's, I guess, a downside. You know what? I think we need to. I've done a poor job of defining like where light is coming from on this thing.
Ooh, I was actually thinking about that. Where is light coming? Especially when we start doing the highlights and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, right now, just like, I mean, we can switch it around, but I kind of was thinking it would come from the left. It's not really accurate with the beetle, but whatever. Hey,
We
Frozen.
we can mess with the highlights later.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's coming kind of from the left.
Word.
Let's do it like that. Figured out. Live coloring book. Do find that bit really fun. Just drawing. Or you're drawing and I'm just kind of filling stuff in.
What's the silliest, maybe no, not silliest. What's the cringiest thing one of your or a guest, maybe it wasn't, you know, a person that you knew or regular came in and said or did or
On stream?
on stream?
Oh man.
Oh,
Let me think.
there's an
This.
oh man.
There's been a handful.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
thought-
I don't know. You get people coming in. I mean, most people are really chill. Some people come in and they just like need to talk to somebody, and you have become the person they're talking to, and that's usually fine. You know, I'm fine with being the bartender. You know, talk about people's problems, but I don't know. Sometimes people come in and they don't actually want you to like help them with their problems. They just want to repeat their problems over and over. So I've had a few of those that they just kind of bring the whole energy of the place down instead of it being like a fun like, all right, community, how are we gonna fix, you know, such and such as issue here. It just kind of becomes yep, sucks, man. All right, anyway.
Oh no, that's so sad.
So I've had a handful of those. I think you also get better at just like what to do when it happens. You know, I really don't mind. Like I think it's actually one of my favorite things when people do have like, you know, these problems. You know, they need somebody to talk to about it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, sure. But there's also a place and time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are like the bartender.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably the cringiest that gets. I mean, people post bad jokes and memes and stuff like that, but whatever. I mean, it's the internet. It's filled with it, so it doesn't matter.
I'm sure your regular users get it too. I mean, they understand.
Yeah. I mean, I've been so like out of schedule lately.
It's a bit hard to hear you since your volume is lower than the music and your friends. Ruh-roh.
Oh. I turned down the music a bit. Malami's gonna shoot us straight here. Let me turn up the mic. Give it a little boost.
Malami. That's a cool name. Malami.
Is that a bit better? A bit louder. Turn down the music, up the volume. I'm gonna turn you up as well. So that I should know how to turn up your volume. Let's turn up everything and then down the music. We will run the mix. Yeah, I recently had to overhaul a bunch of my mic settings because Discord. I mean, this is maybe getting too nerdy with it, but Discord is the most wild program because I have like a pretty unique AV setup here because I have like my camera and this microphone that's all like kind of like hooked in together, and so I have run like a digital audio mixer and like some things like that. Discord does this crazy thing where it's like really hungry for audio inputs because it wants to shoot this popover that, you know, it's getting input from a different device, so you can quickly figure out which microphone is the hot mic. In order to do that, though, it spams the operating system searching for which input is getting that. And what was happening was like I couldn't figure it out, but my mic setup for streaming, everything was perfect, but as soon as I would use it for Discord, everything would fall apart, and people say I sounded like a robot, and I couldn't figure it out. And I finally found this like ancient message board where these like crusty dudes had like figured out they had like reverse engineered like the loggings and like we basically, as soon as I just started using the web app version of Discord and not the app version, everything worked fine. Cool story, right? Anyway.
I didn't want to say it.
Cool. That is so fun. Anyway.
That's outstanding.
Wow.
Wow. Didn't you used to say that like our time at with booze? Neat. Neat.
Still a bit of a smart ass like that.
No. You would set me straight up with you kept me on the straight and narrow with your sayings, and you're bringing me back down to earth. Like, cool, man. No, cool. Cool. All right, fine. I think we all need that in our lives. That one person that just grounds you like, hey, buddy, hey. Nobody cares. Nobody.
I sometimes think back on those days. We used to work together. We used to share a cubicle, and I mean, it wasn't really a cubicle, but it was a room with no windows that we shared. And I feel like both of us kind of had too much of a chip on our shoulders. Like, maybe me more than you, but like I just really didn't like some of the people we worked with. It was nothing anything against them. It was like just the place I think I hated, and I took it out on the people. And I was talking about it the other day because I can't remember the guy's name, but I remember like we had to I was just an intern, and we had to go talk to the different like some of the partners like every quarter or something like that. And I remember one dude I sat in his office. I don't think I'd ever talked to him before, and he sits me down, and he says, like, the first thing out of his mouth is, "I'm a 6 Sigma black belt." And I thought, like, I didn't know what that was, and I thought the dude was flexing on me. I thought he was like trying to like tell me he could I don't know. I didn't really understand it all, and I think I just said neat. Neat.
Six Sigma Black Belt. I remember that was like it was right when that was hot potatoes back then.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I guess it still is. I mean, if you have that, piece of paper,
Sure.
cool.
sure.
It's yeah, but man, Six Sigma Black Belt. That's good.
Cringe, man. And I remember just being so confused. And then later I'm like, I'm just an idiot. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like, it's still pretty dumb. It's like a process technique that people used to get. Fun story to build light bulbs, and the CEO of GE said, we can extend this to software, and he didn't know what he was talking about, but it's a different story.
Six Sigma Black Belt. Oh, that was good. Yep. Brings back.
Yeah. We used to play music really loud. People would come close our door on us. They would just close
Oh,
the
they
door
were
and
so
say
pissed.
anything. I think they hated us.
People were just like, ugh, it's the young guys, it's the interns again. Whatever, haters. We made stuff look amazing.
Yeah,
We were pretty good. I mean, for that time. I mean, looking back at, I think I brought up a couple. Like I was looking through my storage, my external storage, hard drives, and I saw a couple of projects from back. When was this? 2011, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
2009, 2010, 2011, and I cringed a little bit at. Oh, you can do so much better now. Ooh, Adobe Flash, that's cool. But I mean,
it's a good friend. You can look him up at rudepixel.com. He's a really talented illustrator. We're doing this co-op thing on this tool called Magma. It's kind of a crap tool, but it's also awesome. No, we can't really figure out where the dice land on it, but
we're getting there.
I really like how I'm painting the onion here, so I'm kind of doing it.
Now, Dustin, is that your true last name, or is this just an alias, Lionheart? That is pretty kick-ass. I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious.
Dustin's an old regular here.
Yeah. Dustin Lionheart.
Dustin is actually really good at coming up with questions that break the brain.
Oh, good.
Kind of his brand. So we'll send this way, our way.
That one question that your user from our first one was pretty good. Like, if you had to give up being a creative for X amount of money, could you do it?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That hurt. Kind of hurt the soul in a good way. It was a good brain bender. Okay, so if we do that,
I basically got a live coloring book I got. So that was another thing. I was talking to my brother. He's like, but you're not drawing. Like, you're just coloring, right? He's like, yeah. Man.
Brandon's doing all the work, right? No.
I don't know.
Was that Ben?
There's yeah.
Awesome. Cheeky fellow.
Okay.
I love that guy.
It became part of my full name. We were born as a Jorgensen.
Jeez.
It was
So,
later changed
two
to
badass
just Lion.
names. Richard Dustin Lionheart Brockholm, a middle name picked due to my tenacity, and an after-name taken from my late grandpa. Brockholm. That's cool.
Jorgensen.
Oh, it was Malamy that asked that question about the whole
Yeah.
trade money for creativity. Yeah. It was good. Malamy. Am I saying it right? Malamy? Talking?
Talking? I want to draw some trees. I feel like that's.
Dang it! That's right.
I need contrast right now. I feel like I'm getting stuck, and I don't really know where colors are supposed to land.
All right, trees. All right, here we go. Trees. Think vegetative.
Vegetative thoughts. Okay, I've got this. This is one of those multi-part questions. Okay.
Oh shoot. Okay.
I want to know. On your bucket list where you haven't traveled to yet.
Really into the travel questions, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the bucket list thing is going to go in a lot of different directions, but we're starting easy. This is the underhanded.
Okay. Where would I go? I want to do Alaska, just because Alaska.
All right. Is that like an ad or something, or?
Yeah, it's from a movie. Ryan Reynolds, and yeah, it's where she's like about to get kicked out of the country, and they pretend they're married, and they go to his house to visit his family, and they live in Alaska. And anyway, neat. I want to do the easy ones, Canada also. I mean, but I've been in a lot of places. I've been to Japan.
That's why I'm interested in it with you, because I mean you've seen the world.
I've seen the world, right?
I've
spent 3 months in Turkmenistan. Where haven't I? The only country I've been to in Africa is Morocco and Djibouti.
What was the
Morocco?
Country?
Morocco.
Right, you like cut out right as soon as you said it. I just heard Akko, and I was like, the country of what?
Yeah, I'd like to go South Africa. I'd like to South Africa. Yeah, that's right. I've been invited to. I have a good buddy. He's a pharmacist, and he lives in. Oh, where does he live? Which country?
To the story that he's a pharmacist?
No, it isn't.
Okay.
No. Okay, so next, you're absolutely right. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're keeping me on the straight and narrow. Does this matter?
If it is, it makes it even more interesting. That's why I'm asking.
No, it's not that interesting. All right. Oh, yeah.
He's a plumber. Right, it doesn't matter, but he's a plumber.
Dang it. Okay, you're right. If they behaved more, I'd love to go visit China. Just to see it, because it's freaking China, right?
Sure.
It sure is China.
Yeah. I mean, China would be definitely on my list of like places I still want to visit, but
yeah, I would love to. I do want to. I was in Okinawa, Japan, but it wasn't the mainland, and it was absolutely beautiful. But I'd love to go visit the bigger cities. And plus, my son wants to go. He's actually saving up to go to Japan. I'm like, what spurred this, buddy? What's this about? He's like, I just want to go eat the food and see the colors. And I'm like, whoa, okay, let's save up.
That's cool. I also haven't been to Japan yet. Going back to like talking about skiing, I have we have like a pair of friends that we always ski with. I mean, we do all kinds of stuff, but they're like, I don't go skiing with anyone else. Okay, I don't know how to say it. And I'm always joking with them. Was like, hey, we're going skiing in Japan this year, and I'm kind of just hoping that if I say it enough, it will become a thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm
It
saying it's a joke
manifests.
repeated. Yeah, it's a joke, but then I'm always like winking, like, "Hey, we could do it, though," you know. That is something that I'd like to experience. We got some questions in chat with the funky towns and smileys, and house ships you design. Yeah, are these inspired from anything in your past, such as shows you watched or an artist you learned from? A lot of stuff I draw is. I mean, it is. I mean, I watched a lot of like Nickelodeon cartoons. It's pretty wacko. But I don't know. I look at a lot of art to get inspired, and I don't know. There's definitely I don't know. I feel like you just kind of crunch on things until you absorb them, and sometimes I see something and I think like I remember like it's kind of how I taught you that eye trick for if you just use 3 shapes. The outer eye, the pupil, and then just one more circle. You can kind of create a cute eye. I learned that from looking. I was studying some graffiti in Thailand. It was on this wall, and I just realized it was like it's just 3 circles. It's that simple. I was just sitting there eating. I was like, it was like this epiphany. So I don't know. It comes from different places. Oh no. I talked with my hands too much from my iPad. I'm just like. There, we're back. Malemi asks, "What happened to the clock?" I think can you answer that one?
Yeah, I gave up on it. Okay, so I'm on a tablet, and it's really hard to do a circle. Like here, I'll try to do like I'm just freestyling a circle. On paper, I'm a champ at it, but if I'm like trying to do, like I'm looking at the screen while my hand is down, and
So I
it's
forgot
not.
that I have to be the cameraman for your illustration.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
like
right.
drawing.
And it's
Yeah.
not easy. And like even if I want to do like, okay, I mean that looks actually like decent, but it's not easy.
There's a cool thing, like just to self procreate again on this. What you can do is you can draw a circle like that, and if you just tap and hold it, like when it's in that position, it will morph into a perfect circle.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm. All right. What is it? $900?
Let me just show you.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Yeah,
I'm pulling up Procreate. This is something I was working on, by the way. Kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Let's just make a new document here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
George Washington.
So, I have airbrush selected. King. So I draw a circle like this, tap and hold. It becomes like this. I mean, it's not a perfect circle, but it's like perfectly rounded. But if I actually, put in the effort, it will morph into a perfect.
What? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Get out. Yeah. Shut up. Are you kidding me?
Dude, you want me to blow your mind right now?
I don't. I hate it and I love it at the same time.
Check this out. So, say you want to. Sorry, I can't. Say you want to draw like a perspective piece. It's like something that has, perspective. What am I looking for here? So we can adjust our canvas. Have a drawing guide. So say it's a 2-point perspective piece. We can just add 2 points. Just 2-point perspective here, and then we can just adjust where our horizon line is. To get something like this. And this is, you might say, like.
Oh no, yeah.
Very powerful. I've worked with 2-point perspective, and I know how to get that kind of setup. But what you don't know is that you have assisted drawing here, so that now actually all my lines are in perspective. So if I want to draw like a street, like an alleyway or something, all my lines are in forced perspective.
Where has this been all my life?
Like I'm just like just like sketching it really quickly, but we could draw like a whole like town, like buildings or whatever we want, you know. And it's all
just-
like
I
locked
just
in
wanna-
perspective. And if I want to change it, I can just tap and hold. If I want to do anything specific, how's that go? There's a way to like override. Yeah, you can kind of like. I can get it to behave. Yeah, like that. And so if you need something off perspective, you can obviously turn it off. But you can do some really amazing things. I'm a super fan of this app. I drew like this whole like perspective piece, like a little painting, just using that.
Yeah.
Tool.
Magma. Let's get on with it with there. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Dude. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a cool thing to do. Yeah, I was like, this is like a half-baked thing. Used it for that, you know, just doing like a little city thing. Totally forgot. I should paint this sometime. Big fan. Big fan.
Big fan. I am sold. I'm sold.
Yeah, should do it. Yeah, Magma here. Quality.
Come on, guys. Let's get it together.
Wait, where did everything go? Okay, there it is. Let's dust the guy here. Are you in the U.S. now, Dustin?
Floridian. And I have a Floridian wife, and I've been in America for 3 months.
Can we do that thing where we erase the guidelines over here? Like, are you like?
I am not on the guidelines, so yeah, go ahead and see if you can turn it off without freaking us out.
The
I
sketch?
think it's towards the bottom.
It's the line, bro. That is.
I wish we could put both, like, join layers.
You can merge down.
Okay. Careful.
Where did all the color go?
It's at the very bottom. There you go.
Yeah, it's moved. That could have been bad. How is Denmark in the summer?
There's a place I'd like to visit. Denmark, Prague. Those are 2 places
Yeah,
I haven't visited.
We were just in Prague a couple weeks ago.
How was it?
Prague's amazing. I really enjoy
Yeah.
it. It's a beautiful
it.
city.
Jealous.
We had a ton of fun. I've only been to Denmark. We got married in Copenhagen.
Yeah, places I'd like to visit.
Copenhagen's pretty cool. That's the other sketch. I don't know where stuff is. Is that it? No. Well, kind of. That's part of it. I'm just taking over layers.
Yeah, there's 2 of them that are. We kind of split them up by accident.
Yeah, I found it. I'm just gonna turn that one on.
Okay.
Continue working on snail shale.
I like made 1 planter, and there's your vegetation. But I know I need to make more.
Oh, this thing.
It's a sad vine.
Looks like hair.
Have some greens. Now I'll make some more here in a minute. It'll be towards the top.
Yeah, I know it's normally super snowy in Denmark in the summer. Yeah, it was very hot when we were in Denmark as well. Yeah, it does. It looks like drooping pizza.
Yeah, it'll change. I am not proud of it. Okay, so I know the eye drop. Okay, I got the color. Why can't I paint on this now? Oh, weird.
Where did I think that? Layers. It's the worst when you paint the wrong layer. You have to find it.
The worst.
And it's so tiny. The layer thing. It's so small.
So there's a layer of white scribble on the top. Where's that layer?
Is that layer important?
Yes, because it's all the way on the. Question me. Like, look, go to the top. Go to like the very top. What's that?
Yeah, I mean, I
It
saw
is in
that
the way.
earlier, but I just assumed that was just no, it's not in the way, but is it important? Is what I said.
Oh, is that the one that you said that was important? Yeah, I didn't do that.
Did I do it?
Do we have a third drawer? A third illustrator?
I mean, there are three of us in here, but two of them are me.
I just got to go through each layers. I got to own. Let's see. Where'd you come from? Hey, buddy. Where did you come from? Might take over your layer. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
A 3.
Aggie.io. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what that is. This tool's called Magma. Kind of feels like a beta product, but it's cool.
I cannot find this layer.
Is it? Are you still looking for the white?
Yeah. Be gone. There's that.
Oh, I found it. It's layer 5.
Oh. Yeah.
Die.
There you go. Thanks, my dude. All right.
Give me back the snail shell.
Oh, okay, we're back in business. All right.
Aggie.io. It does look similar. It looks actually a lot like it. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, wait. It says it's from Magma, so I guess Aggie is Magma. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're eventually rebranding it into, or maybe the opposite. Interesting. No, it's I mean, for the co-op stuff, it is unbelievably cool. Like I'm blown away that it works the way it does. And I can't believe more like apps don't have this. But on the other hand, it's very bare bones and a little bit buggy and annoying to use. So, a bit of a mixed bag, I would say. In some ways, a complete game changer. In other ways, a return to the Stone Age. Say every piece of art has a story to it. What is this piece's story?
Man, I don't think we've got. I don't have a story for it right now. I'm really inspired by Ian Mackey. You can find him on Twitter, IANMCQUE, and there's one. Oh, his stuff is gorgeous, and if you go on Pinterest and you actually look him up, there's a lot of the same genre, right, of the art, And there's this one more artist, and I'm trying to find him, and I can't. Giorgio Barone is also really good along the same lines. But Ian Mackey is he's more of a household name for this type of look feel. Oh, here it is. His name is Alejandro Burdizio, Burdisio.
I was about to say, spelled like it sounds.
And his flying cars are pretty amazing. So to answer your question, is there a story? No, it's just I've always wanted to do something like this, and got an invite from this guy. And hey, you want to draw? I was like, yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I kind of picked this.
I mean, yeah, I discovered this Magma thing, and I was like, co-op, it's so cool. It's like, I'd love to do like a co-op illustration. Well, I don't know any illustrators. Nope, I do know a great one.
I'm glad I am able to be a part of this. I am surprised that you picked me with my pig mouth. I'm very much holding back on stuff. I don't know what this is rated, but I also know that my family might be watching, so I really have to be.
I was about to say,
on my
it's rated what you want your family to hear.
Yeah, on my best PG-13 behavior. And I'm keeping it at that. I'm trying to control my sailor mouth at some stuff. Because I could go stupid.
I sometimes go on that subreddit, Rare Insults.
Awesome.
And
one of my
I
favorites.
saw one today that was so oddly specific. I think you might enjoy it. It was can't remember the video or who it was, but he said he said this guy's got one brain cell in his brain bouncing around like a DVD sleep screen, and every time it hits the corner he gets a new idea. But the problem is his skull has no angles.
That is oddly specific, man.
I know, right? But I don't know, I thought of you when I heard that. Not that I think that of you, but that's something I feel like that would just come from you.
Fair. But there's been some good ones from that subreddit. Ones that I cannot repeat.
Yeah. I'm learning. I don't know why the camera sometimes is like, what's going on in that plant behind you? I want to look. And then I'm blurring.
Camera's sentient.
Show me.
Did you hear about that robot chess player that broke the kid's finger?
I saw the headline. What happened?
Yeah. So it was basically one robot was and it was like the old school arm robot, that you always see like in car production facilities, but it's scaled down.
Like a hydraulic arm.
Yeah, hydraulic arm, yeah. And he's playing against 4 kids. Or 4 players, but this one specific kid, I think it was like 11 or something, and he played out of. He moved his. You're supposed to move, and then the robot moves, and then you're supposed to wait for it, to compute or something like that. Well, he moved it too fast, and the robot grabbed his finger and like really, really pressed down, like, and it broke his finger. So like the parents are thinking of suing and stuff. It's
Suddenly that Google engineer that got fired is just sitting in the corner and be like, I told you.
Yeah, see? Redemption. Vindication.
They have feelings.
So that's oddly terrifying. Like, wow. Yeah.
I think normally when people win stupid prizes, I'm they kind of. I saw the video this week of the guy that was toying with the shark. He's leaning off the side of the boat, poking the shark, and then the shark bit his pinky off.
I saw that. You
and he's like so casually, he's like, I've lost my pinky. Like, yeah, I've lost my keys, Karen. My pinky gone.
You idiot! You. Oh, yeah. What could possibly go wrong, right?
I don't know. When that stuff happens, I'm just reminded that I've lost faith in humanity. I had to undo a bunch of stuff. I lost the layer.
Long story, but sort of interesting. Some known artists in the past used to apply real science to drawings, these such as alchemists approaches fly. So they add engines, wheels, or some kind of flotation device to convey the drawing. It adds a layer to the person watching, and you can envision movement easier for these drawings. When you can comprehend how each part individually works, as a matter of fact, some artists actually use the tools in real life. Yeah, how this thing floats is it's auto magic.
You see, it's got the spinny, and when it spins, air.
And there you go.
Go back to doing some light drawing. I don't really like how I colorize this thing over here. Thinking about, we have a friend who is going to start a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with us next week. I think we're just making characters next week, but I'm excited for that. I don't really know what to expect. I've never done Dungeons and Dragons.
I used to make fun of those people, but now I find myself wanting to do it because I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've done like some pen and paper stuff, but it was always like it was more of a board game kind of setting, you know? It was less of like the whole shebang. Done a few smaller things, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I don't know what kind of character to make. I wanted to do a wizard because I think, I don't know, you're supposed to do a wizard. It just fits me more. I think I don't want to do like a warrior or something like that. It doesn't seem on brand. Wizard seems more right.
You should do that one wizard that we drew for that one game that
we never made.
Yeah. But man, it was fun.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We were thinking of using the DALL-E, like the AI thing, to make our character like art, because you need like a character illustration. And I saw some people using it for that, and it looked so cool. You just describe, like an elf archer that's in the woods, pulling the bow back and with a fierce look, and they generate, like this art. And it's so incredible. It's so cool.
Aren't they coming out with the movie?
Yeah.
That should be.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I saw people complaining about it.
Oh, already?
I mean, people are gonna. I don't know. Hope I put on the wizard's robe. Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't expect us to like dress up. To be honest, we might. I don't know. This crew. Who knows? But we have a chat group called Nerd Things, and it's our main thing is either Magic the Gathering and now it's Dungeons and Dragons. So yeah, we just do Nerd Things.
There you go.
Don't worry, I don't need that layer.
All of a sudden, I got kicked out of mine.
tracing lines disappear underneath. Like, okay. Jesus, take the wheel. You have a new question for us. Here we go. You get $10 million, but every time you spend some of that money, a random piece of art gets destroyed. Would you take the deal? Oh, random. So it could be Dick Butt going away, or it could be the Mona Lisa. Every time you spend some of the money. So if I buy a pack of the gum, pack of the gum. Then something gets destroyed. I'd take it. I don't know. Got a lot going on these days with AI generative art. Man, we have a limited supply.
Yeah, the chances of you destroying the Mona Lisa. I mean, think of just like deviant art.
Like, do people know that I have this ability? Because if the Mona Lisa does die, and then suddenly they're like, "We're here to." You bought the gum.
I think I'd do it. 10 million. That's I could live comfortably on 10 million.
Take it. I think maybe if the question was $350, it becomes more interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'd still do it. Can't draw a straight line.
Shift. Oh, you don't have shift.
Shift.
There's no such thing.
Shift. I don't know how to say it. Shift. Man, this thing just keeps going. Like, every time I think, like, we've made so much progress, I look at it and be like, we haven't even started. Oops. Did you redo the wheel? You said you were going to redo the wheel. Did that happen?
The clock? Oh, that thing, the engine?
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Yes, yeah, it has been redone.
It's been redone. Okay, going back to the bucket list thing. Not about travel at all. It's about experiences now. What do you want to experience before you kick it?
Underwater cave diving.
Really?
Super dangerous.
That goes straight onto the list of like, well, I'll never do that, and that is okay.
It's super scary, but I love water. I love diving. I love scuba diving. I mean, you know me. I used to do that.
Sure.
Lobster diving at 2 a.m. in La Jolla.
Yeah.
It's just, it's definitely an easier way to die. you're definitely flirting with death to do underwater cave diving, but I wouldn't mind.
Is that the name of your album you're gonna drop afterwards?
What was it called?
Did you say Floating with Death?
I
thought
is
that's
it
what you
easier? Said. No, I think I said easier way to die.
Oh,
easier.
For some reason I heard Floating with Death, and I was like, is that going to be your metal album you're going to drop afterwards with your
It
diving
does sound...
Pretty metal. Okay, underwater cave diving. Yeah,
is that a big note for you?
Yeah, big note. I'm not particularly afraid of like heights or claustrophobia, but I don't know, getting stuck in a cave underwater, my own breathing supply, just you can't, I don't know, like, I feel like there's nothing to see down there. It's so dark. Anything that is down there does not want me there because it has chosen this deep, dark cave as its refuge because it doesn't like anything else. And so you're not going to find friends there either. And I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
You don't understand.
Cool.
I'm always fascinated about things that could eat you.
Okay.
And it sounds terrible, but I mean, even like that when we were lobster diving at 2 a.m, in that dark, in that murky water of La Jolla, in California. I mean, you'd be swimming in the kelp, right? And this is the 10, 15, 20 foot tall kelp, and you would swim inside, right? And so you could almost go to the edge of the kelp, and you could see some big shadows swimming by, and
Nope.
it
Nope.
turned out
Nope.
you lost me at kelp.
I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't get it. I mean, yeah,
I don't know. I like that stuff.
that's cool. That's cool.
Nope. Mm.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's the adrenaline. It's definitely. I'm answering Dustin's question. Yeah,
I got you.
it just. I'm not an adrenaline junkie by any means. I mean, ask Adam. I'm pretty quasi laid back, but I don't know. It fascinates me. You look down into the water and you can't see the bottom. And you're like, sweet. And you're just like halfway expecting, a couple of shiny eyes looking back up at you.
What happened to our colors?
No way. What'd you do? Ruh-roh. You've used. No, you haven't. Yeah, you haven't used all of them, have you?
What?
Well, time to get those back somehow. I'm just in charge of drawing. That's what I do.
Damn it!
Do you still have that library open in another browser from last week?
Yeah. I mean, I have the values here. I can get it. It's not lost.
Oh, nice.
It's just
Annoying.
annoyingly misplaced.
Yeah.
It's not. I'll start working on that here. Does it remember things we viewed? Nope.
I'm gonna get layer 3 back.
Just the keyboard just pops up from a direction. I might do this on the. I'm gonna do this on the desktop because it's faster. Copy and paste. Got my swatches here.
So what do you want to do?
Oh,
Bucket list, right?
skiing in Japan. That's not the right color. Yeah, I don't. That's a good question. I mean, you just went straight for the underwater diving. I'm not ready for that. Yeah. I would like to take a motorcycle trip. I don't know where.
Okay.
I don't know how. I don't know. It's pretty open-ended. But I don't know. I remember reading some of these stories about like some of these dudes that like just drove across like all of Canada, or like from China to Estonia, or just like pretty gnarly journeys. And I just find that stuff really cool.
They use those cool they're like cross between a dirt bike. It's like a bulky dirt bike, right? They have,
Yeah,
you
it's
have
like
a
these touring
big
bikes.
metal saddle. Yeah, touring bikes. Thank you. Yeah, those look sick. Those are very cool.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty far away from doing anything like that. I don't have a motorcycle license of any sort. No concrete plans there. Shoot, I'm not even back.
Yeah, my wife took me to the Harley dealership on like my 38th birthday, and she's like, "Pick one. Happy birthday." I'm like, "Oh." I mean, awesome, awesome move, my love, but with the kids, I just bikes scare me, and I used to ride bike, and it's just everybody else on the road that you just gotta fear for.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
I
just
have zero interest in that of like, commuting on a motorcycle or anything.
and I unfortunately had to pass. I told her maybe after the kids to college, maybe. Ever gone skydiving?
I've never gone skydiving. I would do it.
Fun.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that could be neat.
Have you ever gone? Obviously not underwater, spelunking, but have you ever gone diving?
So I did it. I did like I think it's called like a preview course or something. It's like you basically just put on the gear and go in like a very deep pool. And do it. I did that once a couple years ago, and I mean, zero regrets. I mean, it's a super cool experience, and I imagine it's a bajillion times better actually being underwater with like fish and coral and something interesting to look at, not just pool walls. But I didn't. If I'm going to be really honest, I didn't love the experience. It is very. It's a weird feeling. I mean, just from that, small experience, I never really felt comfortable. And I know you're not gonna be comfortable doing it, but I was weirded out by it, and like it didn't. I feel like some people they do that kind of thing, and it's a spark, that leads to them wanting to do. It puts it to the next level. And now for me, after I did it, I was like, I could not do that again. Probably be fine. I don't know.
You scratched the itch. It was semi scratched the itch because you kind of robbed yourself of not being down with the fishies. But okay, at least try.
The thing is, I feel like I have done the fish thing though. It's like, I mean, I remember when we went to Thailand, like we just took some snorkels and a kayak, and we just kayaked out to like this like island area, and we just looked at fish and coral and stuff, and it was like, it felt so awesome, and like we ran at our own pace. And that I really loved. I mean, I really enjoyed snorkeling.
I love snorkeling.
In this kind of open water environment, you just feel really free.
Yeah.
And I think that was the part that was really different for me. It's like, it's not the water thing, but I just felt like I have so much more control, weirdly, with a snorkel, and just being able to swim and
on the surface. Thank you.
I mean, you dive, and stuff, so you're just up there. Yeah. Anyway, that was
neat.
Yeah.
I want to hear from Lionheart. Lionheart, what would be your bucket list? I wonder if he's still on. What would you do with a last name like Lionheart? I need like I would conquer a small country.
While we're waiting on that, back. We have the colors. We have a color layer now. Wait, what happened to the top colors here? I think it's weirded out. There's 2 instances of people in the drawing. Mine feels out of date. Alright, where was I? I gotta find this spot again. It's difficult to communicate and draw.
Oh, I'm a guy. I can't multitask. We're not good at this. I suck at multitasking.
Like, pick up the pen, look at the screen, and think. I mean, let's see here. Back to colors. Feels good, man.
Trying to do this circle. I'm even like trying to control my breathing. Not easy.
Okay, I gotta draw a tree. I'm just gonna draw a tree. You can't stop.
Do it. Just do it. I was saving it for the stuff up here because trees like to grow on the top, but right. If it's driving you nuts,
gravity
I like it.
is gonna drop some fruits growing out of, like, I want something like kind of growing out of a nook and cranny kind of thing, you know, like life finds a way kind of deal.
Oh, okay.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
I can't talk right now.
Circle.
I like my stupid circles. All right. Okay. All right. You wanted me to do that garage thing, right?
You don't have to. Just work on whatever you feel. Sometimes when you zoom, whoa! I just looked at this like Dyson sphere that you're building up here.
Yeah, so that's going to be like this crescent tower something or other that's holding up this telescope.
That's cool. Kind of just imagine it just like holding like a giant crystal that powers this structure.
Ooh. That would answer.
Suspended in the area.
Yeah. No, we're not that. Oh, I'm not that. I like it though.
Yeah, power crystals. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of. I mean, I don't subscribe to any of that, but I think crystals are cool drawings. When Mobius draws crystals, I'm like, I'm in. I don't know.
can't even. There we go.
Right. What's your favorite emoji?
The rock and roll, like 2 fingers up. You know, the devil horns. Yeah. That's my okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
God, I don't do much emojis. Like we got our best friends and the wife and I on a group chat, and they're always sending emojis, and I don't prescribe to them. Okay.
It's accusing you of war crimes, just saying.
Just an emoji question, Holmes. All right, what's your favorite emoji?
I mean, I don't have like a. I always like the piece, like the two, the 2 fingers.
Oh yeah, the peace sign. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah.
I also like the upside down smiley face. That's kind of my whoops.
Oh yeah.
I do that one pretty often.
That one is so expressive and conveys so many. It can convey so many different things.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. Yeah, it's. Go with the soul tree. You know what? Do a different color.
Are you doing? Oh, you're not. You are doing a tree. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, he's like growing out this little crevice.
Dig it.
We'll see.
So the Powerball here in the U.S. of A. is at $790 million. I think it's 790, or maybe it's 770.
Do you play the lottery?
I mean, if it's like stupid amounts of this, I'll throw down $20. You can't win if you don't play. There it is. And so my dad and I, we were talking. What would you do? Well, there's a subreddit. Have you read it? To where this guy. You got a what?
I don't know what you were about to say. You just said, "Have you read it?" Like I don't know.
Oh well, so there's a subreddit that the guy like goes all out on what you should do if you've won the lottery, and it starts with, "Your life is effed." No, literally, your life is effed. And then he goes into this long post, but he get a lawyer. Don't get one of the 1 or 2 year lawyers of the what's a lawyer of the practice. Get a partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ask for a partner and don't settle for anything less. And he goes into this great detail of what you should do, and first of all, he says, wait the 120 days. Just wait. Don't do anything, but just sit on it for 100, because you have 120 days to collect it, right? And it's really fascinating, but it's a long read, but it's really entertaining. Like,
Did he
set
win
aside.
the lottery, or is he just like doing a thought experiment?
I think like I don't know what his background was, to be honest, so I don't know. But he said that he, of all the stories that you hear, the horror stories of people losing it, within 5 or 10 years or whatever.
Sure.
But man, it is really interesting.
Sounds like a roller coaster.
So, with that being said, after taxes, you're looking at $400 million. What would you do with $400 million? I got a tree for you, by the way. Yes. You would what? Perfect. You would work?
I would probably not work for a while until I really sort it out, But let's see here. I think the first thing I would do is probably like buy my wife's parents something nice, kind of thanks for putting up with my crap for so long. Here you go. It's not even, but something, something like that. I think that's where I'd start, and then we would. I think I would just go on a long trip, a vacation, for a while. Don't know how long, don't know where. Maybe a couple places, maybe for a long time, and use that time away from my normal life to figure out how I want to envision my new life. Because I really can't really put myself in that mind, because it seems so out there,
Yeah, it's a different stratosphere that you start, flying in with people with that money. I mean, unless you just try to stay grounded, or which, good luck. Yeah, to be honest, I think I'd be a little scared. And it's like, is this worth it? Should I just give it all away?
I think I would work on it being like, also, I think one of the first things I would do is figure out ways I could make it generational wealth, like to ensure that, my kids and their kids would be able to benefit from it. I mean, there's legal structures in place, trusts. Kind of the money stays put for a bit, and people can't just like spend it all. So like, I don't know, start thinking in that direction. I think, spending some of it on charity. I think that like helps your psyche, helps you stay grounded. I think also just like, getting good financial investment advice, just like ways to invest it, diversify, buy a house, maybe buy another house, like these types of things.
Yeah, he goes into that subreddit. He goes into that too, of just setting aside. I think he started out with, let's go with 320 million, and then after taxes, I think you're looking at 150.
Yeah.
And he said a percentage of that, just set it aside to where you can just live off of, right?
Yeah.
Based on the return. And also plan on how much you're going to give away, and then that's it. That is it. And then whenever you do give it away, have them sign for it and tell them, there's no more after this, like kind of a thing, and like, legal binding, yada yada, a trust, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's funny. I don't really think of the lottery or anything like that. very often. It's like nothing that I ever really considered. But it's
because it's for people that are really bad with math, right? That's what the lottery is.
yeah, and it's just funny because, like, I mean, you do run into people in your life who are into it, you know. I don't know. I've just keep it pretty vague, but I've bumped into people in my life, and they're super hopeful. They feel like they're playing the numbers, and I just don't.
No, yeah, I don't subscribe to that.
And I mean, even when it goes big, I mean, you know, whatever. I'll buy a scratch off on my birthday or whatever, you know, just to, you know, have fun with it, whatever. But like, it's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. I don't expect anything. It's, you know, it's the same thing as going to a casino or playing, you know. And yeah, lottery. Or is it?
Well, and then I worry about, like, okay, if I run into that amount of money, you know, you've always heard of those celebrity kids or people, trust fund babies, and they turn into just garbage human beings. I would hate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuff you don't even think about, you know, till you're laying awake one night. Just like, do I need to worry about this?
Oh, I'm sorry, my daughter came in. What now?
You're talking to me or your daughter right now?
Yeah, I'm talking to you now.
Oh, I just said, you know, you have these things that you don't think you need to worry about, and you're just laying in bed one night. Oh God, do I need to worry about? Do I need to have a backup plan if I win the lottery?
Well, I mean, yeah, I live a good life. I live a comfortable, healthy, wholesome life. The family, they're good, you know. And so, like, that amount of money just brings. I think it would just bring a lot of problems. I would really hate to see, you know, it just go all to shit. It just wouldn't be. It would be really sad.
Yeah, no doubt.
Next topic, anyway.
Anyway. Tree.
Yeah, that's a nice tree. I did some pizza stuff on my tree, long hanging vines, but yeah, feel free to erase those, and I'll erase mine.
Pizza.
It looks like melted cheese.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's cool. I might apply that to my little dealie over here.
All right, so now for a telescope. Okay, new layer. Dude, that little sphere thing that you showed me, and what's it called? If you make a halfway circle, it does the rest of the work for you. Yeah, cool. That was. I think that right there sold me.
Yeah, I'm still learning like crazy things. It's really wild. I've recently got into this technique of gradient mapping. Do you know gradient mapping?
No.
Gradient mapping. It's the shit. Yeah, I'd like to teach you about gradient mapping sometime because it is cool.
I'm down.
Basically, you just take or like, I shouldn't say color. You take a grayscale drawing and you define a gradient map. What that means is you define across a gradient light to dark colors, and then it applies those colors onto the grayscale drawing. So essentially just drawing grayscale. Come out the other end with full color drawing. Does that make sense?
No. I am a visual guy, so I would have to see it in action. I'm sure I can look it up, right?
Yeah, I can also show you.
Ooh.
I've been doing that in a lot of my art lately that I've been creating. Doing some gradient mapping. Let me show you how that works. I use it in basically everything. Like this dude that I drew here.
So I'm a little delayed on watching the other screen, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. It'll catch
Oh,
up. So,
sick. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy. Wait, do I have the original? Hold on. That's a bad example because I don't have the thing. I mean, any of this work. We'll go with it. I don't know. This is just like this weird painting sketch I did here. But the original. Kind of remove the highlights. Looked something like this.
Wow.
So what I did is I drew this, and then I flattened it down to a single image. And then we'll use this one as an example. This was like a version that I did that I didn't love the way the colors came out. But you can do a gradient map. Whoops. You do a gradient map where you can assign the colors across to completely change how a piece looks.
Holy cow. That's great. What?
Yeah. And I mean, these are just some examples that I have, but like say, all right, we have this grayscale here. Say I want all the dark colors to be like a deep red. So anything that's like black would be red. Anything that's light, I want to be, do like a purple. We'll go for like a noir kind of look to it. That doesn't really work. Let's go for something a little bit more highlighty. Yeah, we can go for something like this. I don't know, you can like really just play with it. And get like really cool things. And add like, well, I want the midtones to be something totally different, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, this is a weird example. It's going off the rails, but you can do some really cool stuff.
Gradient map.
Yeah, you can do it in Photoshop as well. Like you can do it with anything, but can't do it with anything. But many modern art tools you can do it, and I don't know. You can just create really cool stuff. And then, so usually what I'll do with my pieces, I'll like, you know, whatever, this looks like garbage, but I'll sack, alright, this is done, and then I'll just like have another layer where I'll paint like some detail in that. That's what I did with this one. Like I got to this color, this thing, and I was like, this needs like these stones, these power crystals, need some highlights, so I painted on these like green markings that gave it a little bit of like a noise texture just to paint it up a bit.
Oh, that's really well done. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
this came from your head.
This is my brain.
I'm impressed, man.
It's good.
I like. Yeah, I've never gotten into digital drawing until now. I mean, this is my first digital drawing. Because I've watched your stream quite a few times. Sometimes I don't say anything. Sometimes I talk and say some stuff. But a lot of the times I just stream you, or even if it's not live, I just stream your stuff while I work, just to have it in the background, and I'll look over and I'm like, holy cow, what is he doing? That's amazing. And I've always wanted to do it until now. I'm doing it.
Yeah, man.
But I really want to go Gucci and get a proper like Apple tablet. I just gotta do it. I gotta stop talking about it and just do it.
I think, I mean, if Procreate had a co-op mode, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. We'd be like, we're gonna get an iPad. Meet me on Sunday. A 2-liter of orange juice, a pack of bubble gum. Remember, like the Keenan and Kel bits?
Yeah.
This joke doesn't have the kids these days don't have Keenan and Kel. I said to Kata the other day, I was like, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?" She just looked at me.
Yeah, never mind. Okay. No, baby, explain it to me. No.
You had to have been there.
Yeah.
Because it's not even funny. But if you were there, it was very funny. We were all laughing.
It really is funny, man. Okay.
If I only get this tree done today, it'll be worth it. Wait, where did one of my layers go? Oh no, I just turned it off. About to lose it. Stop deleting my layers.
Yeah, I am definitely not deleting layers.
I know. You can't close that. Just remove the sidebar.
It's a shame that we can't do gradient mapping in this, because that looks really, really cool.
Yeah. I mean, sitting here coloring every single pixel made me think, there's a better way, and I wish I could use it.
I mean, you can save this as PSD, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually an option. We could consider of just saying we just do the line art in this, and then we take it and colorize it in something else.
You won't get any fight for me. Oh, this telescope's turning out awesome.
Let's check it out. Ooh, that is cool. Alright, I see. I when you first said it, I kind of envisioned something else, and I don't see how I could. My mind's eye went there. This is cool.
Either big ass gun or a telescope. It's a telescope.
Fire up the science cannon. Anyway, yeah. What's something that you want to buy that you shouldn't buy? You're not gonna buy, but you want to buy.
The new electric DeLorean.
Hold up, I don't know anything about this.
Wait a minute.
New DeLorean. Googling that. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wait, is this purchasable?
It will be. But it's gonna be a stupid amount. It's like in the mill. Yeah, but it is. I mean, the doors go up just like the classic DeLorean and everything, and it's all electric. It's Daddy likes.
Pass that on to chat. Enjoy that. That's pretty cool.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I get it.
Good. Okay. Thanks. I showed it to my son. He's like, "Dad, can you imagine like picking me up at school with that thing?"
Oh, he knows how to sell it to you.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Yes, buddy. You would be cool. Let's do it, Dad. Oh yeah, I just got a mill laying around.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right, same question.
Yeah, I think for me, it would. Do you know the company Teenage Engineering?
Teenage engineering?
Yeah, you're gonna love this. All right, so if you don't know what this is, Teenage Engineering is a Swedish company that makes music products, like tools for creating music, and they have some of the weirdest, coolest things. Like this one, it's on the homepage. It's called the OP1. This thing, it's very expensive, and you can do wild stuff with it. It has like componentized hookups that you can attach it to like gears, so like your music can be synced to a machine. Like it has like hardware outputs, and it also can be synced with like Unity, and so you can play music and have it control like video game objects. Like you can wire that up. Like they have built in the APIs into the hardware, and it's just like they do the coolest product photography and stuff. It's just like they draw this line between like professional hardware and a toy, and they nail it. And I wouldn't know half of what to do with some of this hardware, but yeah,
If you're
if we're just buying it.
If you're trying to show it on your screen, it's not showing.
I know I'm not. I'm just,
okay, good.
I should.
Okay.
I should. I just have a bajillion tabs open. So I'm trying to. Let me just. Where's my? Okay. This one. Yeah. So this is the OP1. It's this thing, and it's just super cool.
Oh, I think I have seen this. It's like a MIDI, right? But it's not.
I mean, it's like a full, like, sequencer, synthesizer. Like, you can do all kinds of stuff with it, and it's just
cool.
Yeah, the coolest hardware, and like I said, like you have all these like wild like hookups that you can attach to it. Like where is this? I just saw it and I've gotten disoriented.
They saw all sorts of stuff. Jeez.
Yeah, they just do the coolest stuff. Big fan of Teenage Engineering overall. They just make the coolest hardware.
That's a cool name, Teenage Engineering.
Yeah, this is the OP1 accessories. Yeah, like you can get these like gears and gizmos, and I've seen like people like hook it up to like these like machines that like dance and stuff, but they're like it's not recorded, it's not scripted. They're just playing music and it just reacts to it. It's so neat. Anyway, big fan of that. That's pretty cool.
So why wouldn't you buy it?
I mean, it's way overkill. Like they're so expensive. It
okay.
Literally just be a toy for me. Like I am not an accomplished enough music creator to justify it, and so it would just be just.
The wife would not understand.
Yeah.
Why? I'm sure there's like YouTube videos on people using it and doing stuff with it.
Oh, people have done incredible stuff on it, and it's just so cool. Seeing what people
might have to check that out.
They have like some smaller tools that they call it the pocket operator, and it's like a really cool like just super tiny sequencer. That you can make some really fun things with. They're about like $100, so like they're way cheaper. I mean, you can get them like some of them for like $60 or so. Anyway, really cool stuff. Do you play any instruments?
I played piano back when I was like 14. I can probably still do something, but no, not really. Nothing impressive. Well, you play piano. You play something, don't you?
I started playing guitar this year.
That's right. That's right.
But I don't know, like, I took guitar lessons when I was like 13 or so. And I really just, the guitar just did not click with me then. Because, I don't know, like, the lessons, like, you're doing scales, playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and when you're like a 13-year-old kid, you just want to jam, you know, you want to make music, and none of those feel like you're making music.
No.
And I don't know, I kind of got it in my head that the instrument just wasn't for me. And I don't know, Kati, well, so we had one, and it just sat in the corner. It was like Kati's mom's thing. And over Christmas, my brothers were like just noodling on the guitar, just doing like some finger picking stuff, just playing together, and it sounded so cool. Like, I was just really into the way it sounded. And I just went up to him, I was like, dudes, like, what are you playing? Can you just like teach me that? Because it sounds amazing. It seems so not simple, but just like achievable. Like, it's something I feel like I could, you know, do. And so they just taught me like a couple like small finger picking patterns, and I felt like the world unlocked, because I had like played guitar before with this understanding that I have to like do the strumming thing before I can do the finger picking thing, you know, like you can only do one once you unlock the next level. And that's just not the case. Like, you can just like finger pick on a guitar. No, like, there's no police that are gonna. I mean, it sounds absurd when you when you say it out loud, but I mean, that's kind of just the way my brain was thinking. And so, yeah,
That's
I just
cool.
like I started just playing, and I don't know, it's brought me so much joy this year. Like, I've just like it's become like just one of the most exciting parts of my day is to like just play the guitar for a little bit, and I just really love it.
Look at you.
Not very
I've
good, but it's
yeah, sure. I mean, you've only been doing it for a few months. I've had dreams to where I'm like a rock star and I can play guitar, but then slowly through the dream you start forgetting how to play guitar, and then you're trying to impress people, and then you can't play anymore. Like that first feeling of you being on the stage and, you know, people watching you and playing guitar. I mean, I can't. I'm sure I'm just scratching the surface of what, you know, rock stars and rock gods feel like, but I've always, yeah, guitar has always, I mean, it's a cool instrument, and you look rad doing it. But yeah, that's sick.
It's really fun. I recently bought like a kind of, so I don't know if I told you this, but like the guitar, the one I was using, it exploded in the heat. Like the bridge, the bottom that connects the strings, just gave up at the heat. It was like, no more. It just popped off. And not while I was playing it, just walked by it. It just exploded. And so like I didn't have a guitar for a bit. And I mean, it's pretty old guitar. I mean, it's like vintage. So I decided to buy one, and it's so good. I love it.
What kind of guitar is it?
It is a Yamaha Trans Acoustic is what it's called. And what that means is that it has a piece of hardware inside of the frame. It's like an acoustic guitar. It has a piece of hardware in the hull that vibrates the body according to the pitch that you're playing, and so you can create a reverb sound without any kind of amp or hookup. So it sounds like you're playing in a room with perfect acoustics, like with like a reverb echo, but you're just in your living room. Like it's the coolest, weirdest sensation.
That's awesome. So you I'm sorry, you can hook it up to an amp?
Yeah, it has a pickup, but it has these even without that. Like it just plays through the body.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I always like those people that, were at parties or something and they just pick up an instrument, or there's like a piano in the corner and they just start playing. It's like, okay, you're cool. But like I actually am impressed. Like, oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I have to I'm getting to a point where I'm still not good, but I can play some songs. But I get really excited. I mean, I don't play for people very often, so I also get a little nervous. But when there's just a guitar hanging on somebody's wall when you go visit their house, you're like, can I noodle? It's fun. I mean, yeah. I've been doing a lot of finger picking style stuff, so it's has a pretty specific sound. A lot of people say it sounds like country, but it's not really country. It's more bluesy, but
I think guitar lessons are being more geared towards all right, let's learn a song. Let's learn a song that you like.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense to me. Like having gone on this kind of learning journey, I would say that it's the way you should be learning. Like play something that you like, play 10 things that you like, and then if you still like the instrument after you can play 10 things you like, learn about why those notes work together. Learn some music theory and things like that.
Exactly.
That's kind of, that's how I've been doing it. Like I just was looking at finger picking tabs. Like I didn't really care, and then eventually reached a point where I was like, okay, actually, I'm seeing some patterns here, but I don't know why they work, and I want to understand a bit, and that's so much more fun and rewarding, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So, what type of music would you be playing?
Yeah, I mean, so it's a lot of I can name some blues and folk people. I don't know if you'll either say yep or you'll know, but it's
I'm not good at names.
Yeah, I mean it's just a lot of bluesy things. I wish I could play things on stream, and I could just be like, that's what I'm gonna play. I really enjoy, I'm not really looking to sing along. I'm just kind of just play.
What was that one song that we used to always listen to at Booze? Mama Rock Me?
Yeah, I mean, I guess something in that vein, that. There's one guitarist that I really like. His he died in the 90s, but his name is John Fahey. He's this guitarist. He does some incredible stuff. And I listen to a lot of his things. That's a lot of what I work on. A lot of those songs. They're quite difficult, but I just really find it rewarding to play. But I mean, it's cool. Once you kind of get a little bit into it, you start to see in a similar way with art stuff. A lot of people they kind of borrow from each other. There's a common language, and there was one song I learned. It's called Sunflower River Blues, and it has just some patterns in it, where you play these notes, you slide to these notes, you play those notes, and then you return back, and it works as a transition between phrases. And then once you know that that's a thing, and you listen to other blues and folk stuff, you see it everywhere. where they're using it all the time to transition between phrases because it sounds good, and this one dude did it, and then now it's just kind of becomes part of the vernacular, and that's just like a really cool thing that like once you recognize it, you're like you feel like you're learning something. It's not just like every song from scratch, you know, if you're sticking with this genre. So I don't know, I find that stuff really fun, and there's like cool, like I don't know, just like legends and stuff with this stuff. Like I was learning this song a bit ago called I mean, it has a lot of different names, either called like Staggerly or Staggerly or Stackoly. Like the name gets shifted around depending on who's telling the story. But it's kind of this this cool little tune that it tells the story of this guy named Stack, who was kind of a badass character, and he would play poker, and he lost everything. Well, he lost his hat in a poker match to this guy named Billy De Leon, but they call him Billy De Lion always in the legend. And he ends up shooting the guy, kills him, and then gets hung for it. I mean, that's the whole story. It's not like a whole like lesson or anything you get, but it's just a cool song the way it's told, because every verse is like a conversation between them. And I don't know, I just find it fun to learn these like kind of just the way the legend gets passed on and carried and changed. And it's wild too. Once you learn that, you start kind of listening, you'll find like this Stagger Lee character shows up in blues music everywhere.
Oh, weird.
Like he just shows up, and you'll hear somebody talk about old Stack, you know, and you'll be like, I know that guy. And so I mean, you just get these weird kind of like unlocks, and like where things just feel connected in interesting ways. And I find it really fun. I don't know, like I'm very uneducated on everything. I'm just kind of learning as I'm going, but as I learn and as I go, I just am more fascinated with it. It's been the slowest tree I think I've ever drawn.
You're still on that tree? Holy cow, man!
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out like how light comes through it. I don't think I've nailed it, but cool.
I'm going crazy on this telescope.
Dude, this is incredible.
I haven't made the Mario buddy yet. My son wants me to sneak in a Mario.
We should do it. He can be working on the car in the garage or something in the corner, you know.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we'll sneak it in. We're gonna probably put it in the garage, working on a car.
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk and draw. That's the part of the problem.
Yeah, talking and drawing. This is definitely new for me.
Yeah, it's normally quiet time for you, right? Like...
Yeah, like I put on my headphones, jam out, stream some Adam. Stream some number one gun. Let him do the talking. Why does it have to be round? It doesn't have to be round. I'm not gonna make it. Okay.
I really love just like tuning in every once in a while up there, just seeing what you're doing. It looks so cool.
Dude, this is fun, man. This is definitely like I need to do this more often now.
Oh, the chair.
You like that?
The dentist chair. I love it. Yeah. It's either the the laser for torturing, like a Bond villain device, or it's a
That thing blows up planets. So right now I'm trying to draw the counterweights for this big old thing because it's on a suspended, right? And most likely not possible at all in real life. Because one gust of wind and I can't track Mars! I can't do it! Edna! But still.
Couldn't put it on the ground like a normal person?
Yeah, I know, right? No, suspended. Why? Why did it makes no sense. This is not practical. Practicality be damned.
Still cracking up. Edna.
Have you been watching what's the new telescope up in space? The Hubble.
James Webb. Yeah.
Yeah, have you been watching the pictures?
Yeah. I was very excited for that. And I mean, it's super fascinating. I cannot wait to see what else we're gonna see. You know, like these are just the first ones. You know.
Yeah. It is crazy.
We
the
waited,
memes on it.
Like, I was so excited for it that I pulled up the YouTube stream, and because it was supposed to like go live at like something like 11 p.m. our time. So like I pulled it up, and the whole thing was delayed because Biden announced it. He had some like meeting or something that ran long, but like chat was becoming unglued in the stream, waiting for it. Like, you're 30 minutes late. Chat gets very impatient, but an hour in, they were just. Imagine thousands of people spamming the word beans in chat. That's what it was.
Oh, no.
It was every second, thousands of the word beans was being spammed, and it was it's pretty funny.
Awesome. Oh, the internet. Yeah, you're right though. Like the stuff that's going to come out of there is going to be.
I mean, this first one was. I mean, I don't want to say underwhelming because that's absurd, but I also don't know what I expected.
Yeah.
So I would never say it was underwhelming, but I do think we're going to see some really wild stuff eventually, and that was just. They've done because the way it works is it's basically just a long list of people pitching projects to it, and if your project gets accepted, you get a spot in line for time on the telescope. And some people have some really cool projects out there. It just makes me excited to see like what's gonna happen.
Right now, they're doing a lot of like before, like what the Hubble's taken, and then after.
Yeah,
right? Like a lot of people.
And I think that stuff's important,
Yeah, absolutely.
People need to see like we have Hubble already. Why do we need this thing? You gotta do that. So totally
like there is, wow. Yeah, like all the infrared. Nuts! It's nuts. Alright, there's the counterbalance. I feel like there should be more cables. Just to kind of ground it.
Drooping pizza.
Yeah, that Malami, he or she, they called us out on that one. That was good. Oh, chat. Thank you, chat.
Thank you. We had quite some viewers today. Quite some viewers. We had 10.
More than I would get, because I don't have a stream. I dig this stuff.
I think the craziest stream I had was that time I was featured on the homepage. We had 100 people in here. That was
Oh wow, that's cool.
Was fun. Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah.
Just as an experience, like, I mean, I don't think I would want that every time, because I mean, it was fun, you know, just having a lot of people in there, like, it feels cool, but I didn't really feel connected to the people, you know, like, there's a certain size, you just become, it's a thing, you know, moving in the corner, you know, and you're just doing your own thing.
No, for sure.
There's a fun number around, I think, 20 to 50 people that is pretty enjoyable. I think whenever I was like really pushing the content thing, I was doing like the TikTok videos and doing the whole shebang. I think I was getting around 16 people average, and those were quite fun. But it's a lot of work, man. Like, it's like a job. It's like through the whole thing all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be pushing content, and that's the key, right? Content.
Yeah,
because that's all their algorithms care about.
Yeah, and I mean, I just reached a point where I was like, you know what, I'm doing this for fun. It's art time on a Sunday. That to me is important. That's what I'm here. That's what I'm getting joy out of. We'll maybe do some YouTube videos or Instagram posts, whatever, on the side just to share. But that is secondary. Like, we're here for art and fun, you know.
No, for sure, yeah.
And when I started doing that, my mental health, you know, just became less stressful. I felt like I got some joy back out of it, because it was, I don't know, everything was in the correct place, you know. So.
Did you know that you were going to be featured on the front page?
Yeah, they gave me a heads up. So like, they do this thing in like towards the end of the year, like in November or so, where they'll like they'll highlight artists. They call it like Art Month, like in November, and they don't just like find you. They ask for like people to apply, which is a bit weird. But, I don't know. I was like, sure, yeah, let's apply to this. Let's see what happens.
Sure.
And
yeah, absolutely.
So you have to write like a proposal about, you know, what makes your channel special, what kind of stuff you do, and so what ended up happening is they selected me, and part of the deal was I got to be part of. So I got to be featured one evening. I got to like, it was like a big, you know, scheduling board. I got to kind of pick out what evening would work. I got to make a video about my stream, and it was played on the virtual TwitchCon one, like, so like in between segments, like my video was played, so that was kind of cool. I made like a little video, and then
That's dope.
the last part was yeah, they tweeted a clip from my stream from the main Twitter account, main Twitch account. So I've it's pinned on my Twitter page. It was pretty cool. But
okay.
They asked me to draw something with the color purple. It can be whatever, and then they would tweet a clip from it. So that was the whole deal, and that was pretty cool. That was one really fun experience that I'll share, like, because there was like a Discord channel that was just for like all the artists and the Twitch production crew, like just to, you know, communicate and keep everyone in line. And I mean, I I was a featured artist, but I was in the small potatoes group. That was like kind of 2 tiers of like content creators. It was like, you know, the big players, and then there's, you know, little old me, a couple other small people, and then so I just joined the Twitch channel and whatever, or the Discord group, and then I get this notification on my phone from T-Pain.
What?
Saying, "What up, everybody?" And I'm like, "What?" And I open it up, and sure enough, T-Pain, who is a streamer on Twitch, is a part of like this whole collective group. And that was just like a weird moment where T-Pain sent me. You know, I mean, it wasn't just to me, it was to the group. But what? Is this the T-Pain?
The one on the boat? The T-Pain?
So that was hilarious.
That's amazing. That's cool.
Yeah, good laugh out of that.
Well, I'm sure, like, the mental, like, yeah, I can see how it can affect your mental health. Like, now you're. I had T-Pain on my stream. Like, I need to step it up more. Like, I need more content. Now I need to, like, yeah, I'm sure it can.
Yeah, I mean,
if you really needed to and wanted to, it could take over your time, your life.
It's kind of interesting that, like, when I kind of got into it, I was actually more interested kind of in the tech side of it. I just like didn't know how it worked, and I just got curious, and then I just like streamed some stuff, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Actually, I like it. Maybe I'll just like kind of do this. And, like, some people can make money doing it. I was like, is this like something I'm interested in? If I could just like do art and stream it, like that would be dope. So I kind of explored it as a thing. The goal was never to like make money, but it was like, if that works, I mean, that's cool, right? That was kind of how I thought about it. And so basically, already around the time that I got featured there, I had already kind of just decided, I was like, this is not gonna really work, I don't think. I mean, it's fun. I'm having a good time. I'll maybe do it, but as a job, like, there's no way this doesn't have wings. So I had already kind of resolved, but then this feature thing came along, and I was like, okay, I mean, this might be the break, you know, like, this could be, maybe this is what was missing, you know.
That's not nothing, for sure.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, it's all about sustain, you know, and like endurance, and it's not just about publicity. There's a factor to it all. There needs to be something special as well, you know, for it to really have staying power. And I mean, I think my art's fun, but I mean, it doesn't have staying power that's needed to like really push into new audiences and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I basically decided with that, yeah, it's gonna be just a hobby for a while. Whichever, that's okay with me.
You're not a sellout. Not bad. Well, I am super happy with this telescope. Oh, look at that tree. Oh, look at you. Okay. Look at you.
Oh, I love the counterweights. I get it now. Oh man, that's so cool.
Different, eh?
I love it. That's pretty cool.
On your gradient mappings, I saw that you put in signs and stuff. I would like to do that. What's something you put in, like that neon sign on one of them? That rainy scene.
Oh yeah.
With the guy with the umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a neon sign. What's something vague that we can put on? I wish I knew Japanese characters.
Usually I let chat decide things like this within reason, you know.
Yeah, within reason.
Gotta keep him on a tight leash, but let him run a little bit.
Put that on the back of your mind.
We'll decide that next.
Yep.
The next episode.
There you go. Yeah, this thing, the way it's going, we need like 4 more of these sessions.
I thought you were gonna say 4 months.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah. I do think we're gonna need to buy a Pro account if we're gonna keep this thing alive.
Hey, mama, rock me. Stupid song stuck in my head.
I'll send you some of those songs I've talked about, like the Staggerly and
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I'm very curious. Like, really, I it's just like it's like a conversation they're having with the previous singer. You know, it's really interesting to me.
Yeah, and that's what I also just found so fun about it. It's just like there's like this history in there, and the name keeps like changing is also just like part of its like weird charm, and that people were like, yeah, it's something like stack, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like what matters is he shot the man, like
Yeah,
it's got an element to the charm just because of that.
see what you've been doing. I need to start adding more details now.
My progress has been quite slow. I can't say I'm particularly proud of it. I don't really like the way the onion, like I'm exploring like doing these like orange highlights kind of like on the edge, like kind of giving edges of things like this like kind of warm glow to kind of really show that light's coming from the left. I don't know if I'm going to stick with that, but that's something I was exploring there.
Well, remember, you can always, we have, we can do normal, darken, multiply, color burn, lighten, screen, so you can always go over it with a lighter brush.
Yeah.
It's a shame I can't listen to your music. I can't hear your music.
I should just send you the playlist if you want to. I mean, it's just like some chill pop stuff, but fun.
Oh. He's still thinking with that tree.
I mean, we're gonna be on this for a while. I don't know. Like, I can't get it the way I kind of want it to be. I don't really know how to do it the way.
You wanted vegetation?
I want vegetation. My desires outpace my skills. Maybe that's like the.
Alright, I'm gonna start on this garage that you wanted. I like it. That's a good idea. Right next to the tree.
Yep.
Yep.
These trees are time sucking. I don't like the way they look.
Well, it's just a drawing. I can always erase it, right?
We can. I do think, though, we should probably start winding down.
I agree. My hand is cramping.
Yeah.
I'm a soldier, though. Oh no, I'm a sailor, though. I'll stop when you stop.
Stuff.
I'm good.
I'm gonna go 2 minutes more on this tree. I'm done.
Dig it, man.
Visit it later. We're gonna fix it. I mean, when you zoom out, it looks pretty good. But when you zoom in, it's disturbing.
But dude, look at that. Look at that. It's coming on. I'm zoomed out right now, so. Look at that.
It looks pretty cool. I can imagine it like all colorized and funky.
And I'll definitely make some more trees. Don't worry.
Yeah.
More vegetation.
Like a nefarious laugh. Like, it'll keep him busy.
Yeah, that'll set him up. But that is coming along. I'm very. This is very curious.
It is massive. I think in some ways we bit off too much, but in other ways it's perfect.
For a first. Man, yeah, this is a massive problem with lots of people do. Yeah, you wanted details.
Yeah.
Especially for a first digital drawing, yeah, this is not bad. I'm pretty happy with it.
I think it's cool. Like I'm excited by it.
Well, number one gun, it has been a pleasure again.
Holmes,
I will.
We can reach you at rudepixel.com. That's where we go.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
That's where we go to look
Thanks for the shout out.
More of you.
There's some things on there. All right, my dude. I'll look forward to the next session.
Yeah. We'll chat. We'll figure it out, and we'll hit it.
Cheers, bud. You have a good one, man. Be safe.
You too, man. Enjoy the rest of your
Peace. You too. Man.
Folks, winding down here. It's been a fun one. Disappointing amount of progress, I would say. Very little. I mean, at least on the coloring is. Yeah, I think we're a good duo too. Yeah, I mean, it's been super fun. I get so distracted and just talking that I forget I should be coloring, and I just kind of get lost. But it's. I think it's gonna go quite quickly whenever we both start. Like when I'm not having to do the line drawing, whenever he does that, and then we're just coloring. I think it'll go fast. It's gonna click together. Probably. I don't know. I'm really excited by it. But this has been a really fun piece to work on. We're gonna call it here, and we'll figure out like when the next one is. For sure. I'm gonna let this song play us out, and then catch you next time. Till then, peace.